Welcome to Sleep Surge. This is part 2, Build a Rock-Solid Sleep Schedule. Session 6, Taking Control of Your Body Clock. Yesterday we talked about how to boost your sleep drive, the homeostatic pressure that makes you feel sleepy. Today we're going to focus on your circadian rhythm, the alerting force that keeps you awake. The two common circadian rhythm issues are delayed sleep phase syndrome, falling asleep later and waking up later, and advanced sleep phase syndrome, falling asleep earlier and waking up earlier. An ideal circadian rhythm is strong during the day to keep you awake and combat the buildup of homeostatic pressure, and one that disengages late evening, just before you go to bed, so you can fall asleep easily. Today you'll learn how to get that ideal circadian rhythm by taking control of your inner body clock. To get a good circadian rhythm, you first need to understand how it works. So what creates the circadian rhythm? How does it know when to be strong and when to turn off? In 1970, scientists discovered a part of the brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or the SCN for short. It's found in the hypothalamus region, just behind your eyes, deep inside your brain. The SCN is the size of a grain of rice, but inside, scientists found two sets of cells that act like clocks. The SCN is your very own internal body clock. The circadian rhythm uses your body clock to work out what time of day it is. When it thinks it's morning, it'll power up and stay strong throughout the day, and when it thinks it's late evening, it'll turn itself off to allow you to fall asleep. Every clock needs to calibrate itself to the correct time, and your body clock is no different. But since you're not able to manually input the time and change it for daylight savings, your body clock needs to figure out the time of day using various clues. These time clues are called Zeitgebers. It's a German word that means time giver. The main Zeitgeber is the amount of light you're exposed to, but others include exercise, social events, and meal times. In fact, anything that happens at around the same time each day can be used by your body clock as a Zeitgeber. By controlling when these Zeitgebers occur, you have the power to set the time of your body clock, or even completely change it, either on purpose or by mistake. The secret to a good circadian rhythm is to have regular, well-timed Zeitgebers. The most important Zeitgeber is light. Optic nerve takes light from your eyeballs all the way inside your brain to your body clock. Your body clock is designed to calibrate the sleep-wake cycle to the day-night cycle. So when there's light, your body clock will think the sun is up, so it must be day. It responds by boosting your circadian rhythm to keep you awake and alert. When there's darkness, your body thinks the sun has gone down, so it must be night. It responds by weakening your circadian rhythm to prepare you for sleep. So ideally, you should get plenty of light in the morning to keep your circadian rhythm strong, and avoid light during the night to weaken your circadian rhythm so you can fall asleep easily. Here's exactly how the amount of light you get at different times during the day affects your sleep. Between the times of 4 p.m. to 5 a.m., light delays your circadian rhythm. This makes you fall asleep later and can make falling asleep harder. The maximum delaying effect is at 1 a.m. Between the times of 5 a.m. to 4 p.m., light advances your circadian rhythm. This makes you fall asleep earlier and will help you fall asleep quicker. The maximum advancing effect is 9 a.m. These times are true for someone who goes to bed at midnight and wakes up at 8 a.m. So either add to or take away from these times to match your own sleep-wake times. If you want to fall asleep faster, get plenty of light in the morning and early afternoon and avoid it in the evening. The brighter the light, the more of an effect it'll have. Before the invention of artificial lighting, when the only light exposure we got was from the sun, this wasn't a problem. But now, we get exposure to light from light bulbs, from TVs, and from smartphones. It's very easy to accidentally get too much exposure to light at night, which strengthens the circadian rhythm and prevents you from falling asleep. So to fall asleep faster, adopt these 2 good sleep habits. Number 1, get plenty of light during the morning and after you wake up. And number 2, avoid bright light in the evening, especially just before you go to bed. So light is the most important Zeitgeber, but exercise also has an effect too. Here's how it shifts your sleep schedule depending on what time you exercise. From 12 p.m. to 7 p.m., exercise advances your sleep, so you'll fall asleep sooner with the maximum advancing effects of 6 p.m. From 7 p.m. to 12 a.m., exercise delays your sleep, so you fall asleep later with the maximum delaying effects at 10 p.m. Again, just like the previous graph, this is for someone with a sleep schedule of midnight to 8 a.m. Add to or take away from these times to match your own sleep schedule. The more intense the exercise, the greater of an effect it'll have. One important consideration to make is that the graph shows the effect of exercise alone. If you exercise outside in the sunlight in the morning, you'll be advancing your sleep. This is because whilst the graph shows that exercise during this time delays sleep, light is a more important Zeitgeber than exercise, so the advancing effect of light at this time will have the greatest effect. Here's 3 top tips to use exercise to fall asleep earlier. Number 1, the best time to exercise is early evening. Something as simple as taking an evening walk to your local shop will do wonders for your sleep. Number 2, avoid heavy exercise too late into the night. Exercising 3 hours before bed will have the opposite effect and keep you awake. Number 3, get more exercise during your day. Research shows that people who exercise more are more likely to sleep better. Even getting just a little bit more exercise per day will make a difference. So in conclusion, for a good circadian rhythm, use these 4 sleep habits. Number 1, get plenty of light during the day, especially in the morning. Number 2, avoid bright light at night, especially just before bed. Number 3, get some exercise during the day outside in the sun or exercise in the early hours of the evening. And number 4, avoid heavy exercise 3 hours before you go to bed. A good circadian rhythm needs consistent results day after day. It can take a bit of time, but if you can be consistent with your Zeitgebers, you'll have a circadian rhythm that wakes you up feeling refreshed, keeps you wide awake during the day, and turns off quickly at night so you can fall asleep fast. Tomorrow, I'll share with you the secrets of getting out of bed feeling wide awake, fresh and alert. Action steps. Follow the 4 sleep habits that we've talked about today to ensure that you're timing your exposure to light and exercise in a way that helps your circadian rhythm and not hinders it. Consider times when you know your Zeitgebers have been off. What changes can you make to try and mitigate this? A step further, commit to making changes to your daily routine to add in some extra exercise. You needn't make any dramatic changes. Even just a few extra steps per day can make a huge difference.